Hey folks, welcome back to Living in Charlotte, NC, the channel on YouTube, or the station, whatever it's called, where we bring you everything about the Charlotte region, things going on, work, play, just how to enjoy life in general in the Charlotte region. So welcome. And I'm Dave DeSilva with Long Tab Realty, brokered proudly by Keller Williams Realty in Ballantyne, which is in South Charlotte. If you're thinking about making a move to the Charlotte area, coming for a visit, wanting to know things going on around here, or making a move within the Charlotte area, you've come to the right spot. Now, you leaf peepers, that's my new name for people staring at trees, you are in for a treat today. Your season, if you are a leaf peeper, is coming up fast in Charlotte, and the mountains in the western part of North Carolina are just about ready to pop with a lot of color. Here in Charlotte, and I live technically inside the city of Charlotte, inside the 485 loop and a little bit further closer to Charlotte, we get some glowing foliage as well, so stay tuned. So fall really is a great time to experience the Carolinas, and today we're going to talk about the nice things going on around here this season. And this is coming into the fall, late summer. We're going to talk about foliage, obviously that's the colors. We're going to talk about sporting events. We're going to talk about other events going on in the area. We're going to talk about the weather a little bit. And we're going to talk about day trips, so things you can do within a short distance to the Carolinas. So before we jump in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss any updates on what's going on in the Charlotte area. And if you've got questions about what's going on as far as the schools, shopping, hospitals, events in the area, please get with us. We love to talk to people that are thinking about Charlotte or thinking about even coming here. If you want to get on a call with us, look in the description down below. We've got a link where you can get on a Zoom call with us for 20-30 minutes and just have a conversation. So please do that as well. And don't forget to leave your comments. So let's talk about leaves and weather first around the area. And according to WBTV meteorologist, the mountains will start changing colors in probably late September. And we're in the middle of September now, so we're not seeing a whole bunch of different colorations. And the peak of the color change probably rolling in around mid-October. Now, temperatures in the fall in the Charlotte area range from the highs in September to the low 80 degrees, and then the lows in late November of 40 degrees. And so you're going to get 60s and 70 degrees temperature throughout the fall in the Charlotte area. And as far as the color goes in downtown Charlotte and around the suburbs of Charlotte, the peak is probably going to hit closer to early November. And there's a couple of factors that can shift that. Could be cool nights, sunny days, and just the right amount of rain to keep the colors bright. If we hit a dry spell or get on an early heat wave, or a late heat wave even, some of the trees can brown out and drop leaves early, and that messes up the color. But most years, even with those factors that can mess up the colors, the Queen City shows out pretty well. You're going to see yellows, oranges, and deep reds, especially in some of the neighborhoods that have the larger trees, some of the older neighborhoods, Dilworth, Myers Park, places like that towards uptown Charlotte. And then, of course, in the outskirts, in the suburbs of Charlotte, Matthews, Mint Hill, over towards Gastonia, and we'll talk a little bit more about out in the mountains. Now, what can you actually do with all this fall beauty? Well, a bunch of different things. Take a look at this trail right here. This is going to be spectacular in just a short few weeks from now. But you can take a walk or bike on these greenways. The Little Sugar Creek Greenway or McMullen Creek are perfect. Just great spots to take in all the colors, get a little bit of exercise, meet some people along the way, and say hello to your fellow Charlotteans. You can go up to Freedom Park, where I was last week. I took a run up there with my daughter and a running buddy. Every October, it feels like it's a postcard setting in Freedom Park. It's great for family photos, picnics, or just people watching. And then they also have Festival in the Park, which is coming up in about a week or so. So hopefully this video gets out before then. I believe it starts September 19th at Festival in the Park. It's an annual event at Freedom Park. One of the next things you can do is check out the Charlotte Regional Farmers Markets. You got fall produce, pumpkins, and of course, apple cider donuts. Enough said there, but lots of things to do, places to go. Of course, fall in Charlotte means sports. High school football season, pretty big around here, and the season is underway. Friday nights are buzzing across the region. Go South Mech. And if you're a soccer fan like me, go South Mech again. You'll want to catch some of the high quality soccer matches too. A lot of great soccer in and around Charlotte from
the club level, younger teenagers, on up to high school. And of course, we've got a number of professional teams here in Charlotte, capping out with Charlotte FC, who tomorrow night plays against Miami. Lionel Messi and Miami. We're going for our 9th win in a row, which leads the MLS. So I got to get a little plug in there for Charlotte FC. Now for a little bit upper level football, you've got UNC Charlotte, which are the 49ers. They just played at the Bank of America Stadium about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I went to that game. They played and were defeated by the good old App State Mountaineers. That's where my daughter went to school. So I was rooting for the Mountaineers. Sorry, Charlotte. You also have Johnson C. Smith, which puts out some quality football. And then you can move on up to the Charlotte Panthers, the NFL version of our football team. And this year, I'm hoping for a 500 season. You know, we should be getting into the playoffs pretty soon. We're on a building. Well, we've been building for a bunch of years, but it looks like some of the new leaders in the organization are doing a good job of building up our Charlotte Panthers, or Carolina Panthers. Oh, and runners, and I mentioned this already, fall is prime race season around the Charlotte area. From the coast all the way to the mountains, events going on all over the place and incorporating the hills, the flatlands. Got a bunch of stuff taking place all the time. You're going to find neighborhood 5Ks to bigger events like the Novant Health Charlotte Marathon. We just had a 10K around the Crown, which is an annual event on the Highway 277 that encircles the uptown Charlotte. I think the marathon's coming up in November. And there's also the hilly, sometimes very muddy New Year's Day 10K down at Ann Springs Greenway in Fort Mill. My wife and I have done that a couple times, and that is a great event with great people. I think the Rock Hill Striders are the ones who put that on. And then for those of you who like the ultra scene like me, we've got the Hinson Lake 24-hour run coming up in Rockingham, and that's at the end of this month. My daughter's going to do that again with me this year to try to get her 100Ks. And then there's a few of my favorite 50Ks. Number one is the Big Butt 50K. I love the name. It's down in Van Wyck in South Carolina, just across the North Carolina border. You got the Millstone 50K and also the Lake Hagler 12-hour run, both at Ann Close Greenway. So some fantastic things happening in the area and a lot of nice clubs around the area too for running. And by the way, if you're watching this because you're considering a move to Charlotte, fall is one of the better times of the year to go ahead for looking for a home. It's a little bit slower. A lot of homes on the market, but a little bit slower typically than the spring rush that we've just gone through. And that's the spring summer rush, really. So if you'd like to know what's happening in our market here in Charlotte or any particular neighborhood, leave a comment, let us know what you're looking for.
Now, if you really want to get a postcard perfect view of some fall colors, the day trip is the way to go. So we're jumping back in the Jeep and maybe heading out to see a little bit. We're going to go, number one, take a look at the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's about 2 hours west of Charlotte and hands down one of the nicest, the prettiest places for a country drive and looking at fall foliage. It rivals my home state of New Hampshire. You're going to hit spots like Linville Gorge, Grandfather Mountain, a lot of trails, a lot of hiking that gets you really deep into the color. Just got some sweeping views up in those mountains. So fantastic place, and that's the Blue Ridge Parkway up to the west of Charlotte. Now you've also got the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. That's about 3.5 hours west of Charlotte, but the payoff is worth it. Again, a day trip out and back, not a problem. Just perfect colors, a great blend, especially to the late October fan, and it's just really spectacular.
All right, we're back out of the car again, and one thing I want to say, don't forget about the beaches. From Charlotte, the coast is only 3.5 to 4.5 hours away, depending on where you want to go. If you're heading out to the Outer Banks, as I said before, I think that's maybe about a 6-hour drive. And while the leaves don't change colors much at the beach in Wilmington or Oak Island or Myrtle Beach, it's probably one of the nicest places to go in the fall. Warm weather, smaller crowds, and just nice, cool evenings really make the beach and the coastline attractive here in the Carolinas. Now, if you're a local, please go ahead and leave a comment. Leave us some tips on where you like to go in the fall and what are your favorite things to do. As a lot of locals know, fall is festival season in the Carolinas, especially in Charlotte, so we're going to highlight some of those. So on weekends from late September till middle of November, you can head up to the Renaissance Festival up towards the Davidson area. It's one of the largest festivals of its type in the country, drawing over 200,000 people a year. and it's always a crowd favorite. Next is the Charlotte International Arts Festival. This brings global music, food, and arts and culture to uptown Charlotte, and it is, again, a fan favorite. Now, you wouldn't have the fall around here or anywhere without pumpkin patches, corn mazes, and things like Scarowinds down at Carowinds Park. The Hall Family Farm in Ballantyne is also another great place to go, or maybe Aw Shucks down in Monroe. That's great for families. Again, lots to do, and probably, like I said, the big draw is Scarowinds. If you're more of an arts lover, the Charlotte Film Festival is just a great place to go and see indie and cutting-edge videos and films. So whether you're leaf peeping in the mountains, maybe catching a game under the lights on Friday night, or maybe grabbing some pumpkin latte as you stroll on the greenways, you've got everything you need here in Charlotte, and Charlotte's got something for everybody. And if you're thinking about making Charlotte your home, this is what it could look like in your backyard. I'm Dave DeSilva with Long Tab Realty, brokered by Keller Williams Realty here in Ballantyne. And we are in Ballantyne. This is a great business location. If you need something and you're thinking about coming here in 10 days, 10 weeks, or 10 months, give us a call, get on a Zoom call with us, send us a comment. Again, let us know what you want to see. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time out on the trail or maybe at a soccer game. And as an FYI, if you stayed till the end, you probably know by now, if you're a soccer fan, Charlotte FC beat Messi and Miami this Saturday 3-0, and now we're on our way to the playoffs again.